What's up, guys? It's Rain City MMA back here again. Your boy Bryson with
Joey.
And today we got UFC 318, Holloway versus Poirier, the trilogy.
Let's get it.
The first fight to start the prelims, we got a flyweight women's matchup, Carly Judice versus Nicole Cagliari. The odds for this one, and remind you guys, this is BetMGM. That's what we use over here. The odds are Judice is minus 285, Cagliari is plus 230. For this one, I'm going to go Judice. I think she's a crisp boxer, good takedown defense, throws at a high volume. All 4 wins come by knockout, so that might be a play you look at. But for this one, I'm thinking decision. Nicole, she's good at jiu-jitsu, shoots sloppy takedowns, not too great. I mean, this is made for Judice. And her being the hometown native, I could see her just getting a good decision win. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, I love Judice too, even though she busted a couple of our bets in the past. I know, Cagliari has high-level jiu-jitsu. She does have bad top control, even though she does throw good shots to the body, which I do think could be good for her. But in the end, I don't think she's going to be at the same level as Judice on the stand-up game as well as on the ground. I think Judice can hold her own. So with that, I'm going to have to go with Judice.
And another thing is, guys, they have a common opponent, Ernesta Carcetti. They both lost a split decision. But, I mean, gosh, if you look at that one with Judice when she fought her on Contender Series, that was an all-out war, and I thought she won personally, but she didn't. So you could look at that if you guys are thinking, ooh, who should I go with? But we're both going Judice money line and probably decision.
Next up, we got a middleweight bout between Bruno the Hulk Ferreira versus Jackson McVeigh. On BetMGM, Bruno Ferreira is a minus 715 favorite against Jackson McVeigh, who's a plus 500 dog. I mean, in the past, I've bet on Bruno Ferreira. I love him. He has devastating KO power, high-level jiu-jitsu. I mean, he gets to get into the cage. He does what he wants in the cage, and he really listens to his coaches. And, I mean, I just love him. I think Jackson McVeigh is also a good fighter. I just don't think he has what it takes to, beat Bruno Ferreira in any way, shape, or form. I think Bruno Ferreira smokes him. What do you think, Bryson?
Yeah, I think Bruno Ferreira's the play here, probably by KO. But don't be shocked if he subs. I'd probably play inside the distance. It's unfortunate for Jackson McVeigh. He was supposed to fight on UFC 317 against much easier matchups. But unfortunately, they're throwing him to Bruno Ferreira now for his UFC debut, and none of this is playing in his favor. McVeigh has good jiu-jitsu, so does Ferreira. His is better. McVeigh's never been out of the first round. That Ferreira has. I mean, everything's just playing in Bruno's favor. You can play the money line. I think it's safe, even though it's that big, and probably looking at a first-round KO here from Ferreira. The next matchup we got on the prelims, we got a heavyweight bout. Ryan Spann making a second bout at heavyweight versus Lucas Brzeski. The odds here are Ryan Spann minus 250 and Brzeski's a plus 200 dog. For me, I'm going Ryan Spann, but honestly, it might be a dog or pass situation. Both these guys are low-level heavyweights. Spann, good at jiu-jitsu. He just looked a step slower at heavyweight on his debut against Waldez Cortez Acosta. Yes, Acosta's really good. Brzeski, glass chin, has good boxing, but I think the play is Spann. But, guys, do not bet on this fight or parlay it, please. What do you think?
I mean, I agree with all those same things. Spann really showed he's a low IQ fighter in his last fight with Waldo. I mean, he has a decent jab, but other than that, he's pretty good at jiu-jitsu. I mean, at heavyweight, it doesn't really have to get there unless you're a grapple-heavy guy. I would say the only play here is not go the distance, and other than that, I think it's a pass.
Next matchup, we got a light heavyweight bout. Jimmy the Brute Crute versus Marcin Prachnio. The odds for this one is Crute minus 285. Prachnio is plus 230. For this one, I think Jimmy Crute is a lock. I think his offensive wrestling's good. His cardio looked a little weird against Bellato, but man, he whooped his ass that first round. His wrestling's good. His jiu-jitsu's good. He's active on top. Prachnio, he has that in and out karate style, bad takedown defense. Also a little inactive here. Crute being the younger guy, I think he's going to get a win and finally be back on track. What do you think?
I agree with this pick. I mean, Pragno is a pretty good fighter, but I think he did take a little bit too much of a layoff, and he's also 36. He's kind of in that bouncy range. I mean, Crute is set up for a win here. He mixes in the kicks well. He has solid ground and pound. And, I mean, I just see it going to the ground and him getting maybe a TKO or sub win. What do you think?
Agreed. I'd play Crute by sub or knockout. Just to finish in general. Maybe won't go the distance, but play Crute money line. That's a good lock.
Next, we got a welterweight matchup between Adam Fugit and Islam Dulatov. We got Adam Fugit at a plus 450 dog and Islam Dulatov at a minus 650 favorite. I mean, Dulatov's devastating, man. We've watched him on Contender Series. All 11 wins have come by finish. I mean, he comes out just blitzing the pace, man. You can't keep up with him. You know, he's like almost like a Hamzat. You don't know what's going to happen in the first round because he's going to go all out, balls to the wall. I mean, throws crazy elbows. Adam Fugit, he is getting a little older. He's 36. He does mix up his attacks pretty good. But, I mean, first, second round, Dulatov, I think he's going to have his way. So, I'm going to have Dulatov on all my parlays. What do you think, Bryson?
Yeah, I think they're sending Fugit to the Wolves here like they do to their Contender Series guys. They always set him up with the matchup where they'll look beautiful in. And this one's going to be no different. Islam Dulatov, he's super sharp, very smooth footwork, and he doesn't rush the finish. Even though in his fights he just goes in, he's actually being smart when you watch him with his IQ. He has good footwork, scary KO power, and man, he just fights at his range. He makes people fight at it. Fugit, solid offensive grappling, works to the body, mixes up those kicks. He's always level changing, so maybe a crazy long shot would be a Dulatov sub, but it's probably going to be simple to where this man's going to knock him out first, second round, like Joey was saying. So the lock here is Dulatov money line, won't go the distance, and we're going the KO. Next matchup, we got a middleweight bout, Atiba Gautier versus Robert Valentine. And for this one, I think it's Gautier. It's just like the fight we just broke down. I mean, he's coming from Contender Series. They're setting him up. He's 23 years old, guys. 6'4", 81-inch reach. They're calling him the mini Ngannou, the middleweight Ngannou. Valentine, he looked horrible against Torres Finney. I mean, Finney just laid on him for all 3 rounds. Won a decision. You know, some people think Valentine won just because Finney wasn't active, but this guy's horrible. He has good jiu-jitsu, horrible gas tank, shows nothing on the feet. Gautier, deadly KO power. We saw him on that Mexico card looking really good. And the thing about him is he's getting more patient. He's so young, but he's not rushing the finish. He's calming down, landing at a high rate, and he gets it. Who do you got in this one?
I mean, if I had to pick, I got Gautier. He's extremely athletic, man. You know, he just goes out there and he lands at a high rate. He really just pushes the pace on anyone he fights. He's not like a Torres Finney, like Bryson said. He's not just going to lay on you. He's going to land punches on you. And I think with that insane KO power and Valentine being, you know, used to, a guy's just going to lay on me for 3 rounds, I don't know if he's going to be able to accept what Gautier has for him with the KO power and his athleticism.
Yeah, they're starting this card off right with the prelims. I mean, doing Dulatov, Gautier back-to-back, we're going to see 2 knockouts. So bet knockouts for both of those fights and Gautier money line. Next one is a welterweight matchup, Francisco Prado versus Nikolai Vernatenov. What do you think about this one, Joey?
I mean, you know, Prado's a young prospect. He is, you know, way younger, 23 to 35. It kind of reminds me of like last week with the Gabriel Bonfim, Stephen Thompson situation, which was very controversial at a decision. But I do think Prado has some pop in his shots, you know. He lacks a little bit on the feint game and his footwork's a little off. But I do think, you know, at the age difference, he is going to have the advantage on the speed. So it's not really going to play too much of difference. But if I had to pick, I got Prado. I don't know what by, but I got Prado money line as my lock. What do you think?
Yeah, I got Prado here too, guys. We saw Vernatenov in person at the Seattle card, and he fought Vanderford on short notice. Yeah, we saw that guy. He got quitter in him. That guy's about nothing. Yes, he was close with Danny Barlow, so maybe people are going to buy off that. Well, how did Danny Barlow do his last fight? Got knocked out by a dog in Sam Peterson when he was the favorite. I think Prado, young guy, came in at the UFC at 20 years old, guys. It's been 3 years. He's had 4 fights, changed 2 weight classes now. He's going to welterweight, second bout at welterweight. Last one was against Jake Matthews. How did that age? Jake Matthews cashed for us last week with plus money against Chitty Bang Bang. So I think Prado's the easy play here, money line. Vernatenov, I mean, the guy just has no urgency to get back up. Throws out a low volume, shows that quitter in him. If you're betting money on that guy, you're a fool.
Next fight, we got a middleweight matchup between Brendan Allen and Marvin Vettori. We got Vettori at a plus 185 dog and Brendan Allen at a minus 225 favorite. I mean, I bet on Vettori his last fight against Delitze. He's only fought killers. I mean, he has an iron chin, throws a beautiful jab. Struggles in the clinch just a little bit. He doesn't throw as many knees as I'd like. He doesn't throw as many kicks in the clinch. But my bet here is Vettori. What do you think, Bryson?
I'm going Brendan all in Allen, baby. We saw him in Seattle. Yes, he lost to Fluffy Hernandez. But, man, he looked pretty good. I mean, he definitely didn't perform up to his par. The striking wasn't there. That was just a straight grappling wrestling match. Vettori does have an iron chin, like Joey said. He struggles on the clinch. He leaves his head, though, on the center line way too much. I could see Allen countering him and maybe popping him with a shot. But I'm going to go Brendan Allen here as the favorite. It is a risky bet, I'm not going to lie, but the lock on this is we'll go the distance and start round 3. Vettori has lost 8 fights by decision. This guy's never been finished, so I don't expect Allen to go out and finish him. But Allen's improved on his boxing. He shows great cardio, has fought elite competition. I mean, his last 2 losses, guys, are Fluffy Hernandez and Imavov. Imavov's in a title elimination bout. And then you got Fluffy fighting Delitze, who Vettori lost to. And whoever wins that one might be one away from a title shot. So I'm going to go Allen. I think he's the better fighter, but Vettori's pretty good too.
I mean, to rebuttal you on that one, because, Marvin Vettori got an excellent gas tank. He went the distance with Roman Delitze after a shoulder surgery. I mean, what can you expect? I mean, Brendan Allen, yeah, he did go to a decision with Fluffy Hernandez, which we did see, but I got Vettori. I know you got Allen, but Vettori's pulling through. Let's go with the dog money. Let's go, baby.
Another thing, though, is Vettori, his brother did just pass, unfortunately, kind of recently. It just scares me when fighters got something like that and then book something kind of quick. But Vittori's not a bad play. I'm not mad at it. It's just I'm going Allen, but this is a close fight, guys. It could be a split. To finish the prelims, we got a bantamweight banger. We got Kyler Phillips versus Vicentius Lokdog Oliveira. Oliveira's coming in at a minus 155 favorite. Phillips is plus 130. I got Oliveira here, guys. I think he is a lock on the money line. He has freakish athleticism, good wrestling when needed, mixes up the attacks too. That knockout against Sopaj on his debut with the flying knee, oh my God, me and Joey freaked out at the last second because we had a bet on Sopaj, so it was bad, but we respected this kid after. He's been battle-tested, guys. He's fought Sopaj, Ricky Simone, and Saeed Nurmagomedov, and like I'm saying, guys, when you fight in those Muslim regions or around Asia, they're going to lean towards those fighters. But Vicentius Oliveira made sure of it that was not going to happen against Saeed Nurmagomedov. So we're going Oliveira here. I think it's a good pick. What do you think, Joey? Kyler Phillips, I'm seeing people put money, but it's a close fight,
No, it is a close fight, but if I had to pick, gun ahead, Vicentius Oliveira, I think he's going to win. I mean, Kyler Phillips does train out of Sean O'Malley's gym. He throws great acrobatic kicks. He always switches up his game. You never know what he's going to throw. He's always looking for the combos. He had solid speed in the hands. he reminds me of like almost, a mini Sean O'Malley. But with that being said, Sean O'Malley's, past wins and losses haven't really aged too well, in my opinion. And I think that's just all the more reason to throw money on Vicentius Oliveira. Next up, we're kicking off the main card with a lightweight bout between Michael Johnson, the Unk, versus Daniel Zellhuber, the young up-and-comer. We got Daniel Zellhuber as a minus 510 favorite versus Michael Johnson at a plus 380 dog. Michael Johnson has fought great comp. He has high-level experience, KO power in his hands, and a 81% takedown defense. But with that being said, Daniel Zellhuber does train with Sean Strickland and Chris Curtis, who just cashed us last week. So with that, he pops out a very close, clean jab too. He's always, mixing in the body shots with the boxing combos. He has a 94% takedown defense. I don't see any way Michael Johnson wins, and I think it's a little bit disrespectful that they're putting him on a card with DP as an opener. But what do you think about this fight, Bryson? Who do you think is going to win?
Yeah, I got Daniel Zellhuber money line. I think he's a pretty safe lock. Really good high boxing, throws good knees up the middle. He does lack head movement at times. His last fight against Ribovich at the Sphere was looking a little rough, but with Michael Johnson, if you're going to bet him, just bet him by KO, guys. There's no other way he could even win this fight. But Michael Johnson is one of those fighters where he can just win, guys. He just throws something out of nowhere, and he will knock you the F out. Now, one thing about him is he does have bad submission defense, and I believe Zellhuber has 3 to 4 submission wins. Johnson has been subbed 9 times in MMA, guys. Not the UFC, but overall. And that would be a sneaky play maybe for Zellhuber if you're taking a long shot, but most likely this one's going to the scorecards, and Zellhuber is a pretty safe bet. Like I said, if you're playing Johnson, go KO, but this one we're going Zellhuber. Next matchup, we got a featherweight matchup. Dan 50K Ige versus Patricio Pitbull. Guys, I think this is an easy one. Don't overcomplicate it. I think Dan Ige comes out, wins a decision pretty simply. Pitbull looked horrible against Yair Rodriguez. Gosh, we were falling asleep during that fight. That was so bad. Pitbull, he's just past his prime, guys. He's not a bad fighter overall. It's just he's 37 years old. It's that simple. Ige is 33. Great technical boxing, really good power in hands. He does throw low volume sometimes, but that's because he picks his shots well. If it goes to the ground and Pitbull tries to wrestle, Ige has wrestling and jiu-jitsu. He showed that against Josh Emmett and Lerone Murphy. Pitbull, guys, we're not seeing much. Gosh, we saw nothing in that Yair fight. He looked slow. He didn't know how to close the distance. He was stuck in the mud. It was a bad performance, and I think Dan Ige is a lock here. What do you think?
I'd have to agree with Dan 58 Ige, man. He comes in off 2 weeks' notice, his last fight, and he still puts on a great performance. Like Bryson said, he has great boxing. The only way I could see Pitbull even winning is maybe if he initiates the grappling and overcomes Ige, which I don't even see happening at this point. Being his last fight, he was almost stuck in the mud and couldn't even move his feet. His footwork looked terrible. I bet on him, but I have to pick Dan Ige if I were to go with this, or maybe not go the distance. If I did have to pick a distance thing, I'd pick Dan Ige decision.
And not to mention, there's a huge reach disparity here. Pitbull's already the shorter guy at 5'5". Ige's 5'7". Now Ige's coming in at a 71-inch reach versus a 65.5 from Pitbull. Ige, I think, is just going to win this quite simply. He looks like the better fighter. He's fighting like the better fighter. Even though I thought the stoppage against Woodson was a little controversial, we're going to take Ige here with the money line.
Next up, we got the featured bout of the night. Kevin Big Mouth Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. Kevin Holland has high-level jiu-jitsu. He uses his reach well. He's always talking. He's always getting in other fighters' heads. He reminds me of like a Gary Payton at MMA, if that's even possible, man. He will get you out of your own game just by talking to you. His offensive wrestling is amazing. He's really improved on his feints game. I mean, Daniel Rodriguez has great dirty boxing. He loves a good dogfight. Reminds me of, like, you know, always looking for the KO, TKO, just looking for something dirty, looking to get bloody. What do you think, Bryson?
I think Kevin Holland is a lock on this one. I think he's looked amazing his last two fights against Gustafsson and Gunnar Nelson. My bad, I said Gustafsson. Gunnar Nelson and Vicente Luque. Holland's jiu-jitsu, I mean, guys, at welterweight, he's a different animal. Middleweight was not his division. D-Rod's good. He's on the 2-fight win streak. Beat Ponzinibbio and then beat another guy by decision I'm blanking on. But like Joey said, he's always looking for that KO. He's just loading up on his power. He's not throwing enough volume. And he throws these wide looping hooks that leaves him opening. I could see a club and sub from Kevin Holland where he drops him and then gets something locked in there. But Kevin Holland money line's a lock. Maybe look for submission or won't go the distance. I could see a round 1 finish. We got the co-main event of the evening. Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov. And the odds on this one, guys, is Kopylov is a minus 250 favorite versus Paulo Costa plus 200. I think this one's simple too, guys. I got Kopylov money line. Paulo Costa, 34 years old. Yes, Kopylov's 34, but very different 34. He's an active 34. He's coming into the game consistent, getting multiple fights. Paulo Costa, he has an iron chin on him. Super inactive, though, guys. How many times have we seen this guy pull out? I mean, this guy pulls out more than any guy I've ever met. I mean, he has good athleticism. He throws with max power all the time, though. That's what kills him. He starts getting gassed early. He always looks good in the first round, but after that, I see Kopylov taking over. Former hand-to-hand combat champion in Russia. Very high-level technical boxing. Cardio does start to fade a little late, but he can mix in the wrestling now. His wrestling game's become a real thing. His hands are super fast. I just love Kopylov here. I think a decision is a lock. Costa is that durable to where he'll survive, but I see Kopylov coming out on top with the money line. What do you think, Joey?
Yeah, I got Kopylov money line only because of his last fight, man. That was BS. That was the biggest BS robbery I've ever seen in UFC history. Mark Smith stopped it at 1 second when it was a knockdown. I mean, Kopylov has this in the bag. I already know. Paulo Costa looks like a surfer straight out of freaking California, dude. Like Bryson said. Yeah. He pulls out of all of his fights. Yeah, he has a great physique, but he looks like a dude who just surfs all day and tans at the beach. Kopylov is ready. He's a killer, man. He's fought, crazy people. He's fought Chris Curtis, bro. And it should have went to decision. I mean, I got Kopylov moneyline as a lock. And I don't think Costa has what it takes to, finish him or even get close.
And just to remind you guys, Kopylov's only loss is against Anthony Hernandez. And that man's on a crazy streak right now and also main eventing an Apex card here soon against Delice. I think Kopylov's the play. I think him mixing up the kicks. His takedown defense, by the way, is 87%. So if Paulo decides, I can't throw with this guy, I'm going to take him down, good luck. I think Kopylov's an easy lock here, guys.
We got the main event of the evening, a lightweight bout between Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier. It's their third fight together. It's the trilogy. The BMF belt is on the line. Max Holloway is currently a minus 130 favorite against Dustin Poirier as a plus 110 favorite on BetMGM. I mean, man, this bet breaks my heart. I love Max Holloway. I love Dustin Poirier. They've both done so much for the sport of MMA. They're both killers. They've fought the most elite competition at their time. They've been through what could be said as their prime, but if I had to go with a pick here, I got Dustin. He can make it really ugly. He just went to 4.5, maybe 4 rounds, if you could say, with Islam. I mean, Islam is training with Habib, and it's his retirement fight in Louisiana. I don't think he can lose, man. His combos, his elbows, the way he just anyways, he's 2-0 against Max, man. He's not losing 3 or he's not losing 1 at all. He's winning 3. It's 3-0. I got Dustin. Who you got, Bryson?
I'm going with the Blessed Express, baby. Me and Joey have been going back and forth on this one for a while. I just think Max, he throws at a super high volume. He looked great in his last lightweight matchup was against Justin Gaethje, who Dustin also lost to by head kick. Yes, I understand MMA math doesn't always add up, but I think Max Holloway being the younger guy, not as much pressure is going to be on him because Dustin, it's his retirement fight. This is supposed to be his show in his hometown. Max got nothing to lose. Max is going to go in there, mix up his kicks, make people fight at his range, has an unreal pace and cardio. Now, Poirier, I'm not going to lie, his takedown defense and grappling look great against Islam, but guess what? None of that matters against Max because Max will not be implementing that. This one's going to be a dogfight, guys. I'm seeing Max is saying he's going to point to the ground at the end or that Dustin will challenge him by the 5th round. I think we're getting exactly that. I think we're going to get a 5-round war, and my God, if you got to bet on this fight, those last 10 seconds are going to be crazy for you.
All right, guys, it's been real, as always. Thank you from Rain City MMA. We've only missed a couple picks on the past 2 cards, and we appreciate all your support, man. Like, subscribe, comment on our videos, and for a little special treat for the pay-per-view, we got our boy Bryson giving you an exclusive parlay.
So, guys, this one's going to be a 3-leg parlay. I think it's a lock, and I think you should put your money on it. I promise we're going to put money in your guys' pockets. The first leg is going to be Dulatov minus 650. Second leg, Vicentius Oliveira minus 155. And the last leg, Kevin Holland at minus 450. Go place that bet, guys. We are about to make money. We love y'all.